What's going on, YouTube? Wiz here. Happy to be with you guys today. If you read the title of the video, you already know what's going on. You already know what the video is going to be about. But let's go get into it. For the last couple of years, I've been trying to really get my shit together. And with me trying to get my shit together, meaning financially, it's been a very kind of awakening period of my life. I've been I literally had to get to a point to where I had to sit down with myself and understand the things where I've gone wrong, the things that I've kind of dropped the ball on, and the things that I definitely have going for me. And from that point on, be able to understand that those are the things that I have to build on. Instant gratification is one of the main reasons why I truly believe that I have not gotten to the point where I want to be and see myself being. And I don't want you to fall in that same trap, because I've definitely have fallen on that trap, and it took me a long time for me to get myself out of it. And it all starts with you understanding that whatever it is that you're doing right now, whatever kind of whatever starting point you're starting from, is going to be your starting point. And it's going to take you a very long time, and you have to be okay with it, and you have to expect that it will take you a long time for you to get from point A to point B, whatever that point B might be. But the most important thing is for you to embrace and understand what your point A is. It is what it is. Like, what is your current circumstances? Who is your parents? What family raised you? Where you starting from as far as financially? Do you have money in the bank? How good are your habits? How good are you with money? How good are you with your fitness? How good are you mentally? You have to look at all those different things and aspects of life at that starting point. And you have to be able to understand that wherever you're starting from, all you have control over is the amount of work you put in every single day to whatever that craft or whatever that journey that you decided to take is starting from. Instant gratification has become very much kind of a thing, because everything is so instant now. We have Instagram, we have DoorDash, we have Uber, we have everything at the tip of our fingers. So if we want something, we have Amazon that can literally get us something to us within hours. Now they have the rush shipping, which means that you just for a couple extra bucks, you can literally get that same product you just order that same day. So everything has become very, very beneficial to our society, but it's also kind of changing the entire dynamic of what things and what people kind of are expecting right away. My experience, things don't happen that way, and you have to be okay with that. I am still young, and I have gone through things that kind of have shown that to me. For example, with me being an artist, I've always kind of, back in the day when I had just started drawing, when I was in my late teens, when I was 18, 19 years old, I would draw. And I would expect my art to sell immediately, or for me to make money out of my art immediately. But one of the things that I actually learned through time is that things happen basically after the fact, that you keep creating and you keep pushing and you keep doing things repeatedly. You get used to doing things back to back, and once it becomes something that you're used to doing, then eventually things start happening. For me, I have that as evidence with my art, meaning that I drew an art piece back in 2013 and it didn't sell until 2019. I've been creating art since middle school, and honestly, that was when I started selling my art, when I was in middle school. I would make $5 just to draw people's names. Um, as I got older, I ended up losing kind of passion and love for art and craft, that craft of drawing and things like that. So I had stopped into my mid 20s. After my mid 20s, COVID happened, and then I've kind of COVID allowed me to rekindle that passion and that love for art, just because we were in a lockdown. So that allowed me to kind of stay in the house and figure out what I needed to do and what I could do, and I eventually ended up getting back into art. So for the last 2 years, I really have been getting better with it, and it's like all that time that I put from middle school all the way to high school, which was probably about 8 years, 8 to 10 years, because I want to say about 8 years, because I started really like drawing around 11 and 12. All that time that I put there kind of is paying off now, because I still have those skills, but now that I'm older, I have understood that in order for me to kind of take those skills to the next level, I have to kind of, in a way, teach myself the fundamentals again, teach myself structurally, teach myself the ins and out of what creating art is. And that means drawing, that means digital art, that means all these different things and mediums that I enjoy doing. That's what I'm teaching myself at this point on, and that's what I study every single day. But the reason that I wanted to focus on instant gratification and understanding that this is the shit that might be fucking you up, because you might think that because you post one video, or you post two videos, or you post one video a month, or you post something on a monthly basis, that because you post it, you should get an X amount of following, or you should get an X amount of likes, X amount of views, because you believe that whatever it is that you're posting is it, that. And honestly, that's the same thing that I've caught myself doing. I've had YouTube for 6 years now. I have YouTube for 6 years, and my videos, like me posting videos at YouTube, I've been posting videos since 2016. But my first videos were about fitness, and at that moment in time, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Like, I was just trying to learn as I went. And honestly, right now, I still, in a way, don't know what I'm doing completely, but I know more. Like, I know way more. I know what the importance of thumbnails, the importance of titles, the importance of being able to retain an audience, and all these things I've learned through time. And while I'm not even near where I want to be, the only reason I'm sharing this is for you to understand that wherever you're starting from, which I already did, wherever you're starting from, be okay with it. And as long as you're growing, as long as you're going day in and day out, and as long as you're seeing some type of growth, and I'm not talking about going from 1 subscriber to 100,000 overnight. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about as long as you're seeing growth on a daily, on a weekly, on a monthly basis. And sometimes growth is not just with numbers, but you start to analyze yourself and you see that you're changing as well, then you're doing what you need to do. One of the stories that I wanted to share with you is the story of a Chinese of a plant, which is Chinese bamboo. This plant is basically a plant that doesn't grow for the first 5 years. So for the first 5 years, it doesn't grow at all. After the 5th year, it literally grows up to 90 feet. And that's something you have to keep in mind, that sometimes our lives are all different. Mr. Beast, before he became Mr. Beast, he actually had made videos for a very long time, and he started doing different things. He started blogging, I think, as not vlogging, but doing gaming channels. Then eventually he switched to doing kind of somewhat challenges, and eventually he started giving out money and changing his content until he blew up. So the thing is that you have to understand that whatever journey that you decided to go on is going to be your own journey, and don't compare it to anyone else's. And I'm not just talking about in videos on YouTube. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about you trying to find a better job, you trying to do good in school, you trying to find a girlfriend, you trying to be a better man. You have to analyze where you started from, and then actually like kind of respect yourself enough to give yourself some time to analyze your life. Because I know days go in and pass by, and sometimes we believe that we're so busy that we cannot even give ourselves some time. And that's the problem with life, that life will pass you by and you will not be able to, you don't understand, you want to kind of see it pass by. You going through the same things, you're going through the same motions, work, maybe just work, going out with your friends, or like just interacting with everything that goes on a day. And then eventually we forget about ourselves, which is the most important person that I believe we should be worried about. And I think that once we understand that we have to come first at some point, and we have to allow time to pass by after we decide to do something, then instant gratification becomes a second thought. You know, you don't think about that anymore. You don't think about trying to do things to get a result right away. And I'm not saying that you can't get results instantly, because now you can. I mean, I promise you, if you do something, you probably get some type of reaction eventually, or immediately. Like if you post something online, you might get a reaction immediately, but you don't know. Like that's the point, you know. You shouldn't be doing things to get an instant result. You should be doing things for you to build an entire library, for you to actually be able to sustain whatever success you might attain one day. And I think that that's the entire point, and I believe that that's the entire point of trying to eventually reach success. You don't want to be the person that's like a lottery winner, that you eventually end up winning a lottery and then you end up losing it just because your mindset, just because you don't have the tools to actually keep that because you were given it, you know. So yeah, guys, I hope you find today's video helpful. If you did, go ahead, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.